going to tell it. I'm going to tell it, Putin. I'm going to tell it, Putin. I was almost the president. I'm going to tell it, Putin. I'm going to tell it, Putin. You know, Barack Obama has to, in a moment when no one, he must get such a kick out of little John McCain. He called McCain a racist. He ridiculed McCain. He then whipped McCain. He beats McCain on the basis that he's black and McCain's an old white guy. And upon vanquishing the old man, all the old man's ever wanted to be was president. He got whipped in 2000. He almost switches parties. Then he has to run again. The campaign was bankrupt. He manages to pull it out because how bad is beating Mitt Romney in the primary? Not saying a whole lot. And then as the nominee, he gets whipped by Obama. He's vanquished by Obama. And then he becomes Obama's biggest defender. He devotes the rest of his career to ridiculing his own party, which he's always really disliked, and talking about how things are done in the Capitol, and that he's old and angry and wants to work with the Democrats, and that the rest of us are just hobbits. What an ignominious end to an otherwise pathetic career. Here he is defending a strike on Syria, and now apparently he's peeved. He's peeved because he wants Obama not to hold off on Syria. You know, little John McCain runs around wanting to attack countries. This is the guy who pushed to attack Libya. This is the guy who pushed Gaddafi out. How's that worked? A new report out shows that half, apparently a credible source within NATO, says that half of the rebels in Syria are jihadist, Muslim Brotherhood types. So we're going to do it yet again. We did it in Egypt. We did it in Libya. And now we're going to do it in Syria. I was reading the Hunter S. Thompson book, which Ramon Robles says makes me pretentious. But he had a quote from Henry Ford in there that I thought was rather telling. Listen to this. This is from Henry Ford. My opposition to war is not based upon pacifist or non-resistant principles. It may be that the present state of civilization is such that certain international questions cannot be discussed. It may be that they have to be fought out. We ought not to forget that wars are a purely manufactured evil and are made according to a definite technique. A campaign for war is made upon as definite lines as a campaign for any other purpose. Listen to this, and tell me that this isn't what Barack Obama's been doing to try to get us to strike Syria. We ought not forget that wars are a purely manufactured evil and are made according to a definite technique. A campaign for war is made upon as definite lines as a campaign for any other purpose. First, the people are worked upon. By clever tales, the people's suspicions are aroused toward the nation against whom war is desired. Chemical war, maybe? Make the nation suspicious. Make the other nation suspicious. All you need for this is a few agents with some cleverness and no conscience, and a press whose interest is locked up with the interests that will be benefited by war. Then the quote-unquote overt act will soon appear. It is no trick at all to get an overt act once you work the hatred of two nations up to the proper pitch. How very true. How very true. So the goal at this moment, the goal that Barack Obama was engaged in was to announce that there was a red line and that if Assad crossed that red line, then there would be war. Well, then we accused Assad of crossing the red line when credible sources and those who know the region and have been there suggest that there's at least a 50% chance that chemical warfare was used not by Assad, but by the rebels that we're now going to rush in and assist, who are, by the way, the group of people who hate us the most. Assad has no enmity toward us. The rebels that we are aiding in his topple despise us. Many of them are agents of Al-Qaeda and the Muslim Brotherhood. But we made the red line, and now Barack Obama declares it. He didn't make it. Humanity did. Well, I'm part of humanity, and I didn't make it. And I, for one, am not concerned what's going on inside Syria. I'm much more concerned what's going on in this country.